Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. In the last episode we ran through and we did a whole bunch of Greater Rifts and we nearly ran out of Greater Rift keystones. So this episode I'm going to see if we can't farm up a bunch more by just running regular rifts. I'm not going to be around this weekend, so I'm not going to have a huge amount of time to play, but I at least want to be prepared for the next time. And also, in theory, doing this, there's a small chance that we'll find a couple more pieces of Delce's Magnum Opus. Or, hell, even just one more piece of Delce's Magnum Opus, and then we could potentially move across to that. We don't have any bounty materials at the moment. One thing that I was thinking of doing, not this evening, but soon, is farming up a bunch of those, and if I potentially swap over Ashiara's set to use the gloves, then we could potentially start using Delce's Magnum Opus on the head and the boots. Possibly. So we'd need Ashiara's hands and shoulders at least. Because at the moment we've got the Sages up there, so we'd be losing the Sages set completely, which would reduce our Death's Breath farming capability, but we would be progressing towards what we actually want. Now, the other thing I tried, just off camera very quickly, was I tried removing Galvanizing Ward, and that's a bad idea. I am not doing that. Galvanizing Ward is staying on, it is integral to this build and keeping us alive. I have put slow time on, so that we can start kind of getting used to using that. But as I said, we're going to be running regular rifts, and let me just get rid of the junk that I'm carrying. We're going to be running regular rifts and building up some Greater Rift keystones. And also, in theory, Death's Breath farming at the same time while we've got the equipment on. Now, unfortunately, one thing that I found out is it's not actually Haunt of Vaxo that ends up using the equipped spells that you've got. It's mirror images that do that. I was misremembering from a previous season. So, while it's good us having the Haunt of Vaxo, it's not going to be quite as effective as I thought it was going to be. Having them use slow time, that's just not going to happen. Which means that the Haunt of Vaxo is now not quite as important as I was thinking it was previously. And it's still potentially going to be quite good, but it's just not necessarily going to be, oh my god, we have to keep it. So we could end up going for the S of Johan in that slot, or we could swap out for the Arcane Dynamo Hellfire Amulet that we've got waiting, because that's an ancient one as well, which is not too shabby at all. And that would allow us to take Audacity or something else to further increase our damage and kill speed.
I'm unstoppable.
So there's a lot of options that we've got anyway. I've been giving it some pretty intensive thought. Mostly I'm just a little bit disappointed about the not being able to remove Galvanizing Ward. It's making me lean a little bit closer towards the Hellfire Amulet rather than the S of Johan, but it's much of a muchness once you reach that level. And I suspect we're going to be doing enough damage and killing things quickly enough that pulling them together isn't going to really speed us up that much. But really that's going to be, once we're in the game, once we're at that level in the game, we'll be able to try it and find out. Regardless, we would need to actually find the S of Johan for it to be a possibility, so it's not even a possibility at the moment, not even on the cards. Yay, Death's Breaths. Right, let's see if I can't do this a little bit faster. I've been monologuing way too much and not focusing on doing this efficiently, and we can just plow through this. It's only Torment 2, so we are not in any danger at all. Let's put that Paragon point in while I think about it. Loot the room. Kill everything in sight. Well, looks like my brother is playing and working through his Witch Doctor stuff. saw a couple of moments ago that he'd done part of the set dungeons, so he is certainly rocking that. Been playing a fair bit more than I've had the opportunity to. So just give him some congratulations while we're going through this. And once again, we don't really need to focus too much on what we're doing, just make sure we're getting all the good bits. Of course, we've got the benefit of the Wreath of Lightning on at the moment as well, which is going to be further increasing our kill capabilities. Which you can see being active there as we run around periodically. It's the white sparks that are coming off me. So we've got blue sparks from my hands, we've got white sparks from the Wreath of Lightning, and we've got purple sparks, which is my armour zapping stuff at a distance. It's kind of good that you can identify them from the different colours that are available. Hey, Wreath of Lightning! I'm so looking forward to getting the speed boost from that. At the moment we're not using teleport because we're not at the level where we definitely need to. But eventually, having that speed boost is just going to be, well, teleport won't really be necessary. Good as a get out of death free card. But if we play sensibly, then we could keep this kind of setup and not really have to think about it. Coming pylon.
Still waiting.
See the slow time bubbles that I'm popping up periodically just to help kill things. Ooh, unique staff. Which slow time did I go for? I went for the 15% more damage on everything, so everything should die a little bit faster from it. Let's just refresh those. Eventually, when we get the Swami, I'll be doing everything on slow time. Swami? No, not the Swami. Crown of the Primus. What am I talking about? I'm tired. That's what I blame that on. Unique headgear, anyway. We do need the Swami, but that's for our other characters, so... both are incredibly important to us. Shield is powerful, but it's not completely impervious, so we don't want to be standing in those areas too long, just in case.
I'm so good, I astound myself.
At this difficulty level, it's sometimes not actually worth my time putting down the extra Hydras, just because I could have killed stuff by focusing on other skills than putting them down. And you'll notice that there's two rings appearing, two Oculus rings. That's because there's the Oculus on my Enchantress and also on the Templar. I found another one. I don't remember if I was recording at the time, but that is quite happily just sat there doing extra damage. Well, not doing extra damage, but giving us more options for how to do extra damage. So,
Need more arcane
just get you killed. 2 Greater Earth Keystones, that's awesome. And back to town we go. Let's ID this. I think this is the Meteor Staff, although I forget its name. Oh no, it's the one that makes everyone run away. Still pretty awesome conceptually. If you've got Pandemonium Loop as well, which I don't have equipped at the moment, that could be pretty nice. Where is Pandemonium Loop? It's over in here. So enemies slain while feared die for more damage and cause other enemies to run away in fear. And this causes fear. It's, you know, synergies are what they are. Drop those off, and we're going to jump straight back in for another rift.
Prove yourself worthy of your birthright.
What is that one? Oh wow. Malthiel at Torment 5. That's pulling no punches. Not a fight I would particularly want to do. Not without more equipment. I could probably survive it, but it would be a lot of running around and a lot of being very careful. Not so much with this character, but with my other one. This character, I reckon, there would be a lot of running around, but not so much resource management. And also, you can just drop these and then keep away from everything else and let the Hydras do the damage.
I'm just warming up. Need more time.
Power pylon. Give it to me. Give it to me. I want it. Oh, I wish I had my teleport.
You dare attack me?
Periodically keeping my stacks of Triumvirate up, but mostly just focusing on killing everything. Yay, more death threats. Everything else dies. Die, die, die. Don't make me run away. Far too much health for this difficulty level. Hit you on the ground, that'll show you a lesson.
I'm so good, I astound myself.
Ooh, can I reach that from here? No, I can't. I have to go around. Not particularly far to go. Yeah, so at the moment I'm not using the Gem of Bees because my kill speed is significantly increased by the emerald that I've got in my weapon. As we move up the Torment difficulties, the bonus that you get from the plus 2 XP massively scales. So at some point it might actually be worth me dropping the amount of damage that I'm doing and getting the extra XP bonus. What I'll probably need to do when I reach that point is do some trials, like spend 30 minutes running around with it and 30 minutes running around without it, and just see what the various difference between the two leveling speeds are. That'll be once we've got pretty much all of our endgame equipment, and it's more a case on how quickly can we get our Paragon levels up. Because once you're at the point where you're refining your equipment rather than finding your equipment, the gains of the higher difficulty levels are, I would say, reduced in that sense. You're not getting a huge benefit, other than, you know, obviously you're still finding more items, but you're not hunting for them, so you're maybe getting like a 1% increase on efficiency every now and then, if you're lucky with the items that you find. The rest of it is you get the most increase from the Paragon levels in your efficiency, kill speed, overall power levels, whatever you want to call it. So time investment spent leveling at that point is much better than time investment spent hunting for items. There we go, we did everything on that one. Slow time, got the Hydras out. Bit of electrocute. Arcane orb over the top. Right, this is doing alright, 72%. Oop. That looked like a tiny bit of lag. Let's drop a couple of these off just to make sure that nothing tries to sneak up behind us.
Didn't see that. I don't have enough arcane power.
Get these. All the bits and bobs. And rounding the corner. I do like that electrocute can go through grates and stuff like that. I've said it before, but the fact that they thought about the way that the architecture interacts with the different skills and spells is something that still makes me smile. And I've been playing this for a long time. In fact, since it first came out, I did pause for a while, but I was around when they first introduced the idea of Nephilim Valor and the different stacks of that.
I'm just warming up.
Okay, what do we got up here? Nothing much that way. Pull back across to the middle and head down. I think we may need to go on to the next level, which is a bit of a shame. I was hoping we'd have just about enough to do it here, but it looks like we're going to be unlucky. Alright, let's assign that Paragon point. Kill you with a meteor and run round and head on down. Stop to loot the room on the way. It's always good to do that. Anyone? Anyone who wants to volunteer as tribute? I would rather that enemy over there was over here so we could kill it quickly, but you know, I'll take over there. Bloodmore, I know that you're like enthusiastic and stuff, but you could do so much better by not knocking me around. There we go, 2 more Greater Rift keystones. We are getting lucky on that. Get blood shards, kill these guys, and head on back. We could wander around this area, but we're really just looking for those Greater Rift keystones at the moment. Okay, right, we didn't get any uniques that time. Salvage up, salvage up, salvage up. Okay, right, what are we gonna do? We could start using some of these, I guess. Let's do that. And what are we leveling at the moment? That's up to 25. That's on 0. This is up to 10, so we're working on the Haunt of back, so let's do a Greater, just for good measure, and yeah, we'll keep it on Torment 4 for the moment. We've got money, so let's empower it.
Many never have stood where you are now, but few succeeded in overcoming.
Trying to take full advantage of everything there. And that includes all the slow time bubbles. I don't know. I think eventually, while we are going to keep the slow time, I will get rid of the Hydras. And we'll swap them over for a Spark Flint. Just focus on dealing pure extra damage with ourselves rather than trying to spread it out amongst... they are useful. I just think it would be better if we were doing more damage flat. Cool, what the hell is that? We'll find out now. Death, death, and more death. 750,000 monsters while in Nephilim Rift. That is a hell of a lot. Definitely something worth celebrating. And for someone that doesn't play this 24/7, I'm pretty happy that we've achieved that.
How does that feel?
Well, it smacked me in the face, so it didn't feel too great. Oop, let's back off a little bit. Simplicity's strength to heal up. And that is the problem that we're going to face with not having teleport, is being able to get out of trouble if we get ourselves in trouble. I think we'll be fine for the moment, but it will be so much better once we get more of Delta's Magnum Opus. And once we level up the Breath of Lightning as well.
Need more arcane power.
I was doing some reading as well. I don't know if you remember, but a couple of episodes ago, I said I'd really like to do a cold build, but Reinhardt sucks. It turns out that the way Reinhardt interacts with different things is its percentage chance is only triggered occasionally. So it's got like a 10% chance to do 10,000% weapon damage. That only actually has a chance to trigger the 10% chance based on the proc coefficient of the skill that you're using. And most wizard skills have a horrible proc coefficient. But there's one which is, I don't know if you see the wibbly oscillating ball of lightning that my shadow planes are occasionally doing. What's that? Goes with resistance. Don't care about that. That has a skill proc coefficient of, I think it's 0.72, which means that Reinhardt itself would have a 7.2% chance of actually triggering that nuke damage, which is actually worth entertaining. So, with a carefully planned build, you could have something like Blizzard, which has a huge freeze duration. I think it's 2.5 seconds, and it's 100% chance for it to trigger. And then use the wibbly wobbly lightning orb thing to try and trigger it, because you don't need to be using a cold skill in order to trigger Reinhardt. You just need to be attacking someone that's frozen. So it would be a combination Blizzard to freeze the mob, and then lightning to destroy it.
Fences are nothing.
And that sounds like it would be fun to try. It would be a very, very specialised niche thing, but with 10,000% weapon damage, and in theory that oscillating ball of lightning passes through many mobs, so you could trigger you could shatter a whole pack at the same time. I think it would be worth trying. Definitely not going to give it a go this season, but I think next season, if they haven't already got the Necromancer out, it's something that we'll give a go and see if it's even feasible. And mixing and matching between Cold and Lightning means we could try other things like do it as a Tower Rushers build or something like that. Who knows? It is not going to be a disco build though, so for those of you that liked my brother's Disco Inferno Tower Rushers build last season, we are not going to be doing it to music. Thumping beats are not something you will get on this channel.
The Rift Guardian is here.
Occasionally bad karaoke from me, but that is about the limit of the music that you're going to get. Let's kill Tetris quickly. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Tetris, why so sad?
I need arcane power.
Slow time. I love it. Okay, so set chest armor, unique mace, and esoteric alteration. I thought I'd already got all of the gems, but I suppose I've only got the ones that I actually care about. So, Bane of the Trapped is now just starting to get... Oh, Jesus. High enough level that we're getting reduced chance of upgrade. That's so bad. So we got 2 out of 4 with really, really high chance. So really we're going to have to up the difficulty if we want to keep working on that. Is that another piece of Delsis? Oh. No? No, the game hates me.
I am returning to town.
And Echoing Fury, which we've had before. Jesus, this is just going to go straight in the cube. Sorry, not straight in the cube. This is going to go straight under the hammer.
Glory to you.
Okay. Salvage, 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 salvage. Esoteric Alteration is nice, but not for this particular build. Pretty good for a monk build with the resistance-based passive skill, which I've forgotten what is, like one with everything or something like that. I'm not a very good monk. I barely remember what the wizard skills are half the time, so don't judge me on that. We're going to go back in, and we're going to do another Greater Rift, and I'm going to up this to Torment 5. We're going to see if we can't level this up a little bit more. Let's get round that, because that is not massively fun to be standing in the middle of. It's always a bit worrying when you enter an area and you've got nothing you can do except just kind of stand there and hope you can face tank it. And when they got that close to the entrance, I would not have had a way of getting out if that had gone south. His character does not have an Alpha Strike skill. It is pure, like, whittling things down over time. That being said, it does give us a nice start to the thing, having mobs right at the beginning of the rift. It gives us a little bit of a decent progression. Just a very scary way of doing it.
You dare attack me? I don't have enough arcane power.
Okay, so the other benefit I've got of putting slow time out is because I do have Bane of the Trap, as well as the 15% from slow time itself. Bane of the Trap is also doing like 18% on top of that. So it's synergizing nicely the amount of extra damage that things will be taking. Alright, let's go round this way. Ooh, hello, Power Pylon. Almost didn't see you there.
I'm so good, I astound myself.
Jeez, those things hit like an anvil. What would be really funny is if the leapers, when they jump at you, if it counted as a ranged attack and slow time made them like slow down and be like through the air.
Your grave awaits.
Not the most efficient use of slow time there, but it was kind of funny. Quit it with the shielding already, guys. You know it's no fun. Get those.
I'm just warming up. Need more arcane power.
Yeah, this is going all right. We're definitely still survivable at this level, even though we've changed our skills over. Possibly even survivable a little bit above this. This is Greater Rift 22, and we have gone higher than this. Shield Pylon, well, it would be silly not to get it at this stage. Double check, make sure the Shield Pylon is on. Yes, it is. Okay, let's move on and try and make the most of this.
Just warming up. I am stronger still.
Yay, more Paragon levels. I love it when you get nice clusters together like that. It's always very satisfying watching the arcane orb kind of trailing overhead and obliterating things. I'll quit it with the shields again. Steal all of those. Yeah, things are... When they cluster together and we have a huge amount of ranged attacks coming at us, they can get through our shield. But it's not consistent and it's not all the time, which means the shield itself has that wonderful buffer going for us until we need to start worrying about where we're positioned and how much damage we're taking. Ooh, conduit pylon.
I'm so good, I astound myself.
Conduit pylons, of course, benefit from the Oculus, so if it appears in our path as we're moving along, we will totally run through it where possible.
Your defenses are nothing.
Alright, well that went pretty smoothly. Let's assign that Paragon point and move on to the next level. Yeah, already shooting at it, mate. We need to get with the program.
I need arcane power.
Not a huge amount of monster density on this one yet, but seems to be doing alright. Need to watch my arcane power usage, though I keep burning through it a bit too quickly.
Not ready yet. I'm unstoppable.
Back out of the Frozens. Oh geez, stop it! Every time I find somewhere where I feel a little bit comfortable, I am going to miss having all my companions coming along. I know we're going to, we have to move away from it if we're going to progress in the game. But I like things being turned into chicken, and I like being healed. Scoundrel, I don't really mind too much. It's nice when he's destroying stuff now and then, I guess, but it's not something I rely on. But the chicken thing is awesome. Right, let's save the slow time for the Rift Guardian.
Has arrived.
Where are you going, Ember? Well, if you're going to step out, I'll just give you another one.
Need more arcane power.
Perfect. What do we got? We got a unique two-handed axe and Bane of the Stricken.
Yes.
Bane of the Stricken, you remember we've already found one, but that is currently equipped on my other character. Right, so Bane of the Trapped, upgrade, upgrade. Oh, come on. Well, 3 out of 4. Still got another 10 levels to go before we start putting out that slowing armor. But overall, pretty happy with that. Let's just ID this and then we'll head back. It is Scorn, of course. And Paragon 143. Point goes in there. Salvage up, salvage up. Salvage up Scorn because it's not particularly useful for us. And Bane of the Stricken, that can go with our other bits. Okay, we are still waiting on belts. Not Miriam, that's not where we need to go. We need to go to Kadala. So Kadala, let's have a talk about belts.
Don't forget, luck always changes. See you soon. What?
Well, this was a massive disappointment. 10% chance of getting something interesting, and we got absolutely diddly squat. Still, we have done pretty well this session in so far as getting materials have gone. We got like 30 odd Death's Breaths. We got enough Greater Rift keystones that we've been able to run 2 Greater Rifts, and we've still got 3 spare. So I'm going to call this a success. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'm going to be carrying on in just a moment. So join me again soon for more Diablo 3.